Okay. Taking a comfortable seat. Just noticing if you're comfortable. I said this in class the other day at the very end that where shavasana becomes hard is when you're not comfortable. That's just like the most easy to relate to. We've all had that experience, being a little too cold or the ground a little too hard. So take the time to make yourself comfortable. And then you settle in and exhale your breath. Let your eyes close. Just tuning into the flow of your breath and how the breath feels right now at this moment. Anchoring your sit bones down as you inhale, grow nice and tall. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart and bow your chin to all that you are and all that you offer and for showing up. There's this, I'm going to say, a sacred truth that when we stop being curious, that's when things become stagnant. As you take the seat of the student, one who is here to enjoy what is being offered as best as you can. There is a level of curiosity that you are creating within yourself, your capital S self, this deep relationship with self, and constantly cultivating. How am I feeling? And we'll chant Om together 3 times. Inhale. Om. 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 Bowing your chin slightly, keeping your hands as they are or resting them in your lap. Connecting to this power of sensation and softening the eyes best as you can, the root of the tongue, your inner ears. The listening and the seeing and the feeling of each breath at this moment. Any places of held tension. Being curious to feeling and receiving. In this moment, beginning to smile or turn the corners of the mouth up. Breathing into this energy bubble that surrounds you. Take a nice inhale here. As you exhale this breath, let your eyes gently open. So we're going to stay seated for a few moments. Change your legs as you need to. We'll move into twist. Yeah, do what you gotta do. And then we'll move into twist on the right side. And if you feel like, oh, I just floss it a little bit, turn the head, turn the heart. Yeah. Ready, you'll bring yourself into the twist. Cultivate that same thing you were just practicing of dropping into the sensations, making any little movements you need to find your comfort. Entertain your curiosity. Stay in this twist, and you're going to turn your head to the right if you haven't already, and then tilt it to the left. Drop the shoulders, lift the heart if you can, drop the jaw. Stay in the twist one more moment, bring the head back to center, and turn your chin towards the left. This is great for just getting into these beyond the neck muscles, all the fluid and everything that travels here. And now let your head just gently tilt to the left once again. Just a gentle tilt, and feel stretch. Drop the tension in the shoulders, the jaw if you can, lift the heart. Okay, and then we'll release from this. We're going to pause in the repose. To the great invitation. Okay. And then again, changing your legs if you need to, twisting over to the left. And I am sitting on a bolster. I do have my hand on the bolster. So if you need a block, put it there. And I'm just going to floss this a few times and let the head turn, the soft jaw, feel the heart turning, the shoulders, maybe the hands need to move. And resting into this twist. Finding your way in. Is one hip lifting more than the other? Your shoulders open, tight, happy, sad. What can you do? Sometimes just shifting the rib cage and heart. And then turning your head all the way to the left. And tilting a little bit to the right. And all extra tension go if you can. And inhale and bring your head to center. Keep the twist. Exhale. Turn the head to the right. And we'll just tilt a little bit to the right. Just opening the side of the neck without any tension in the jaw. And say, relax the root of your tongue. Little places we hold tension. Inhale and release, and then again just be. Yes. Okay. All right, we're going to stretch the legs out. Move your little toes and your feet around, and then again I'm sitting on something, and hopefully you're comfortable. I'm just going to start to roll the ankles, and at the same time as this is happening, I lift my heart. Oh, there they go. And then change direction. This is a funny thing because, okay, now we're going to go opposite. You're watching them. They change direction. Good. Well, let's try this. So little eye yoga. Keep your feet as they are. Turn your head to the right. And then start to roll your ankles in the same direction. Roll your feet. Try not to look at them. And then change direction. See how that is. Keep looking to the right, and now move your feet like they're little egg beaters. And then the opposite way. Okay. And then come back to center and just pause for a moment. Good. All right, let's bend the knees. Take your hands to the floor. Just we'll do a little of this. And again, I'm sitting on something. You can come off. Just rock the hips side to side. And then we'll drop the knees over to the right and then turn the head to the left. I'm just going to pop off for a second. Stay there. Oh, no. Okay. And then take the left hand and just bring it back a little bit so we get a little more of a twist. Turn the head, pushing the left hand down and connecting it to the floor. Okay. And then come on back and drop the knees over to the left. Move your right hand to the right. And then look over your right shoulder. Okay, come up. Nice. Okay, we're going to set up for coming down onto your backs. And we'll have I'm going to take this blanket. This will be for your torso and your head. And then we'll take another blanket. Now I'm going to fold this one into that rough, I don't know if it's rough, but to thirds. So it's just, yeah, I don't know how to do this, but just do it again. And then this one I'm going to put up for the head. And we're going to move that down. Then we're going to have a block, maybe let's take 2 blocks. Let's have a bolster nearby. I'm not planning on using a strap, but let's bring it in. Okay. And then let's start with an inversion. So we're going to go upside down in our style. So you'll take your block, and you might use your bolster for this. That's all fine. We're going to put the block under the sacrum. I think before we do that, just take a few moments here. And because as soon as I know it's not just the communal we get down and you've got nothing here underneath you, just feel in. Okay, I feel I need to hug the knees for a moment. I'm just going to hug them in and maybe move a little side to side. Good. Okay, so take your time. If you're doing that and you're like, yeah, I need that too, do that. And then when you're ready, you'll take your prop, your block, your bolster, and put it underneath the sacrum. I know I have this blanket here, so it might make things a little tilty, but you know what? That's kind of nice. Okay, friends. So if you set up the way I did, maybe the block is going to be half on the blanket and half off, and then you get a little rock and roll. Even if the block is firm, you'll still be able to do this. A little bit of rocking and rolling, and just sliding myself like the hips up and then the hips down, and this nice lengthening low back. Okay. Come to rest. However you are, you feel the face of the sacrum on the block. Let your jaw go, the shoulders go. And if you like to stretch your legs out here, some people like it. Sometimes it's not so pleasant. And every day is different. Side, you want to be here, you can let your legs flop if that's what they want to do. Okay, so we're using this. It is an inversion. Your heart is higher than your head. Your hips are in line with your heart. Your blood is pumping a different way. And we're using this just to move the lumbar spine a little bit and also soften the tension in the forehead, the jaw.
Okay, I'm going to take the arms overhead and just take a few deeper breaths. In full open structure. The legs stretched out. I'm going to rebend them. Then maybe we'll keep the arms here. You can bring them back. I'm going to come to a very gentle, I'm going to say windshield wiper, but it's more of the knees rocking side to side, and maybe one hip lifts as you roll yourself over. It's not a huge movement. Think of it more as massaging your sacrum than a windshield wiper. Okay, and then we'll bring yourself to center and heel toe your feet in. You might adjust your block. I put it on this half blanket, so if that's not comfortable, adjust it. Bring your right knee in. And we're just going to rock this knee in and out, but you're feeling the sacrum moving over the block. So it's your powers of awareness and curiosity here. Good. Okay, and then we'll hang out here. So hands can be behind the thigh, anywhere you like. Maybe the left leg wants to stretch out. And maybe, if you're like, oh, I just want to see if I can find some balance here. You might lift the left leg up off the floor. You can do that and also rock the sacrum, because that's just playful and curious. And how often are you in this shape? Okay, one more playful moment here. And then we'll bend the left leg, put the right foot down. Let's come off the block before we do the other side. And just feel, I'm going to heel toe the feet nice and wide, drop the knees together, instant smile, because it feels like everything is just spread out and grounded. Great. Well, that is fun. Okay, I'm going to take the block. We'll do the second side. Okay, and then once you're here, you can find the left thigh in and moving in the way that you're just rocking the sacrum. Okay, and then finding your rest in this shape as we possibly extend the right leg. Maybe hover it off the floor. And then release from this and we'll come off the block. Just rest for another moment, feel that. Okay, we're going to take this little blanket roll we put behind the head. Just going to pop it into the hands and get right on the low belly, into the hip flexor. Okay, then we're going to hug the knees in. And if that doesn't happen for you either, you can always bring the block in and just rest the feet, do one at a time, and modify, and making it a little crunchy. Going to rock these knees side to side. You might hold onto the backs of your thighs. It feels good. Okay, we're going to drop into twist on the right side. So you can take the blanket roll, put it down, and that can be there to receive your knees. Open the arms and possibly turning the head to the left. So stay in your twist. And this is a pose you've practiced many times, so little habits come in, and they're all, it's not saying they're good or bad, but let's just change things a little bit. Notice where your feet are. Can you bring them out or in? Like, can you change just position of from shin to foot? And notice what that shifts, and release effort in holding the legs here. You're going to drop into the left side of the body. Maybe starting from the left side of the face, left shoulder, left side waist, inviting in heaviness. We'll take one more breath here. We're just going to go a little deeper. So spin the chest more. We bend the right elbow, plant that right forearm, the right one. So you have the same one as your knees are. Sitting all that for heart.
Oh.
And then plant that right one, lift the side of the chest, the right side of the chest, the right shoulder. You can get more of the left side to come down and then drop it again. You can feel, and I'm going to offer that same thing about moving the heels away. That is there for you, and maybe, you know, for me the legs are more extended out, but wherever they are, you know, just opening up new areas, and then release yourself as much as you can. We're going to reach the arms overhead just to get some length, not putting any extra effort into the arms, they're just there. One more breath. And then slowly walk your way or find your way out and come back onto your back and just pause and feel. And you can put that little blanket roll. We're going to use it for the second side, but if you need to pop it behind your head, you know it's there. Okay. So I have the knees bent. You could have the legs straight. Just feel into the imbalance. Okay. And then we take that blanket roll and start, or not the blanket. I didn't roll it. It's a 3-part. Just going to put it back in, hug the knees in. Maybe the knees go wide. That might feel really great. Just take them wide. Rock yourself side to side. If your thighs don't press into the blanket, you can always take the ends of the blanket or fold it in half to make it tighter. A little bit of a belly massage. Okay, now release the knees, move this blanket roll if I need to. I have a lot of props here. And then drop your knees over to the left. Take a few moments turning your head to the right. I'm going to change the position of the feet slightly so that they're wherever they are, so you can move them out a little bit. Come back in. Bend the left arm this way. Left elbows on the floor. Anchor, you lift, and you just turn a little bit more. And then come in, see what has shifted. Hours of your curious awareness. And then the melting of the right side, the side of the face, the jaw, the shoulder, the ribs, and the lifted part of you. Just there we go. And take the heels and move them away one more time. Maybe they go straight out and maybe not. Shifting the body. But once you get there, just let all effort go in the legs. They're just there. They're like the weight for this side of the body. Using the breath. Gently open, massage, release, receive all those stuff that happens with this exchange from the energy bubble surrounding you into your body and out. Okay, I'm going to take the arms overhead for a few moments, get a little extra something. Find your way back out. Coming to rest. You can feel your legs however you like. And find that block, and we're gonna come back to walk under the sacrum, maybe a higher lift this time. And you know, you have the spots. You can have the blanket on top of the block, have it the first height, and lift yourself up on the second height. You do have two blocks too, and if you need more support, use the two blocks on their second height. Say these things, and I'm like, why are you doing that? So it would look like this. And that might be like, oh, that's so much better. Okay, and we'll take a few moments just to fall into this inversion. You want to use this to just soften so any tension you're holding in your forehead. We all have it. So just take your fingers and maybe massage the forehead from the center out. Maybe some tapping. The third eye, and paint that line from the bridge of nose to center of the forehead. And then let yourself relax. Except for Harvey's and everybody else relax. Okay, now we're gonna feel this part of you that's lifted. So you may walk your feet further away just to counterbalance this. Release that part of you that's lifted off the floor. I should share this. I just naturally lifted each shoulder and kind of walked them forward, and then lifted the head and extended it as a way of just getting a little bit of length, even in my imagination. Okay. And then we're here for a few more breaths. If you'd like to stretch your legs out, maybe arms overhead. Soften the third eye. And you can let your legs flop. Whatever you feel you need, finding this length in the sacred center. Come out, take your arms down, lift your hips up, remove the block or blocks. Let yourself come all the way down. Just pause. Feel this, you're seething with the ground of the earth. Well, we're gonna hug the knees in again. You put the blanket down. I just grabbed the block and went, what would happen? You know, being curious, what would happen if I put the block here and brought the knees in? Maybe that's going to be foreign, and maybe it's going to be okay, and I can play with it. And so, whatever you like, try with the blanket. You want to be playfully curious, see what this is. Whatever you're doing, hug the knees in, rock side to side. Okay, I have the two blocks. That's okay. Creating a little space and the hip flexors. And good. Okay, and then release that. All right, so we're going to come into twist again on the right side, and you might need a lot of support for this one. This is, I'm just going to show it super quick while you're in transition. So if I put the bolster on the right side and extend the right leg, and I'm going to roll over to the left side and have the whole knee to shin, and then be able to open into the twist. So here's where you're going to build your house. As you come in, I'm going to give you all of it. You could put some blocks underneath the bolster so it lifts. If your knee lifts a lot, roll a blanket, put it in there. If your left shoulder is really lifting, then put a support in there too. So you make it comfortable-ish. A little bit of discomfort is kind of the key. And that could be, this is a big twist too. Okay, so I know I want you just to set it up, and then let's come in together, come back onto your back. You've got your props there. Lift your hips, put them center. Okay, now we're really going to roll over to the left side. So the right side. I'm going to extend the right leg, roll over, lift up, like really come over onto the left side. So you can, on the right side, lift the hip and put it back. So I'm just like, So now I'm completely on the right side. And then I'll take the right arm out. Maybe this left hand has to rest here if the shoulder is not happy. Okay. And then I'll incorporate all those things we did. I'm going to push the elbow down, twist, take the arm out. Maybe I'm going to move this down. You can see, if it comes up, sometimes it's like when we hug the knees into the chest. Oh, it's so close. I want to have space for the hip flexor, space for this soft belly. So if I take the knee down a little bit, I'm going to get that. Okay, then if you're in it and you're like, keep the hip where it is, move the left leg. No, okay, Joe. The right leg is on the floor. I'm going to move the right knee back. And just maybe I have it bent, the leg bent, just creating, more space. Okay. So all of that. And then we're going to rest into this as much as you can. And this can bring up a lot. Like I said, it's a full twist right at the center of the belly. Moving the breath into these tighter places. Do all of this with this gentle withdrawing of the senses, moving inwards into your silence and your stillness, into this inner landscape where you have the power, the curiosity and awareness to create and invite in space. The work is in the undoing. You're almost loosening the shoelaces. Resting into all of that, resting with deep awareness and a smile. You take the arms overhead, but that might not really work. So maybe it's just one arm and you feel that it's here. It's both. Maybe they're at different places. And you're just dropping any tension. Maybe the hips are holding tension. Maybe they need that too. It's always a quest for balance. In your final few breaths here, that breathing into all that space. Okay, and then come out very gently. You might even roll to the left side first, and the right side. Use your legs and come on back onto your back and just feel. I said a few moments ago, it's always a quest for balance, but here you should feel pretty imbalanced, or you've done stuff before, so feeling into the balance and the imbalance. Okay, so I'm gonna hug the knees in again. I have the bolster here, so why not put the bolster in and see what happens? Maybe yes, maybe no. Oh no, that's challenging. Okay, I'm opening the knees a little wider. I'm gonna stay with it and rock side to side and throw the blanket in again, or just hug your knees in. Okay. And then drop the legs, move your props over to the second side. And we're going to come in together, but take put yourself in it and feel, oh, what do I need here? And is this gonna happen? I need more props. Just give you a moment. Okay, so we'll start by stretching the left side. This could be easier because I kept wanting to say left. So here it is, stretching the left leg out and then rolling onto the left side completely. Put the knee and ankle on the bolster. Okay, now I'm gonna lift, so I'm gonna lean over to the left side, maybe both hands down. Just lift that hip and put it back as best as you can. And then roll over. And now you're in it a little deeper, you see, oh, can I shift myself? Do I shift my body? Do I need to put more props in? And then if you're like, okay, this is good, I'm gonna take that, the left leg, the bottom one, bend it back and just walk it back a little bit. I'm gonna shift this right knee down. I'm just looking for ways to make this more uncomfortable, comfortable. Okay, big twist here for the belly too. So I'm thinking about turning the top of the belly more to the right. And dropping into this. Gently invite the breath in, watching and feeling it. And you soften the banks of the river. Places you're just naturally holding and gripping. It's the root of the tongue. You take the arms, just bring them overhead in some way. Leaving more space for the breath. We're in it, but if you need to wiggle or move, it's always that nice thing to offer yourself. Little few breaths here, nice and full. And your complete exhale. Gently, you might roll over to the left first and then release yourself slowly, gently. It's going to be a place of intense twist in places you might not realize until you start to come out. And you're like, oh. Okay. So find your little blanket. Yeah, just see where it is. Just leave it where it is, but you know where it is. Okay, so we're just going to do a few little bridges, lifting up and down. And your arms can be down, they can be bent. You like to flow them. And just feel this out. You set yourself up here and exhale is completely soften. And then the inhale starts to lift up. You just go wherever you like. Take your time. Feel yourself moving in like the sacred waters of you. There's an arch in the back, there's a lift. Your thighs are involved, feet are involved. There's a smile involved. Moving a few more times, not enough. And you just rest. One more. So let's just take a moment to rest. I'm going to heel toe the feet wide, pigeon toe the toes. Bring the knees together and rest the hands on the belly someplace. Okay, so here, soft of your waist, small of your waist. We're going to put that blanket so it's coming up the small of your waist. So take it, lift your hips like you've just done. Find that place there where you have a little lift. And then you're going to wiggle yourself, forward or back, see what feels okay. If it doesn't feel okay, then maybe you or you open the blanket up so it's supporting the hips too. So it's a little arch in the back, we call it a little back bend. You're going to take the arms overhead and stretch the legs out. And have the feet are flexed, not working super hard, but they're there. And what I'm hoping you feel is that the whole back of the leg is on the floor. Move your shoulders if you need to. Okay, so if you're comfortable, very important, take the time to make it so. And we're going to breathe into this blanket roll. So just before we do that, just feel like, can you push your body into that blanket roll? You might need to bend your knees, do that. And then just do that a few times. Push in, release, push in, all those little muscles, and then just relax. Okay, I'm going to keep my arms overhead. They can come down, rest on your tummy if you like. And take a big inhale. Then we'll do a big inhale. And as you exhale, you're pushing into the blanket mode. One more. And then just pause. Normal breath. Okay, then we're going to do the breath of fire. I'm going to pump it. You can go slow pump if you like. You make it your own. So inhale. Release, just relax. Okay, if that feels impossible, I'll tell you, for many years, I was like, what's happening here? It's too hard. I don't understand. And eventually, with practice, everything becomes perfect. Just practice. So, okay, bend your knees, heel toe your feet. Let's come to windshield wiper here. This time we're going to take the knees all the way down, just rolling. Maybe the arms are still overhead. If they are there, great. If not, fine. Just rolling. Okay, we're going to come to twist. We're going to do it this way. So like from the windshield wiper, drop your knees over to the right. And then you decide if that left knee needs support. Maybe the right leg is just going to walk underneath it. Maybe the right ankle is going to go on top of that left knee. Okay, this can be a big stretch. Just make it your own, friends. Be kind. The right hand can grab hold of the left wrist if the arms are overhead. Just give it a gentle pull. Okay, so you're working only as hard as you need to here. You're softening as you can. And one more full breath. And release your arms out to the side. Bring your knees up, nice and slow. Feel, adjust your hips. Maybe you want to stretch the legs out. Move the toes in and out. And then we'll do the second side. So bend the knees, take the feet nice and wide. Drop the knees over to the left. And then you stay here. You add more support underneath the right knee if you need it. Top on top. Okay, you adjust your feet. So the right foot might want to walk more to the right. I have a bolster there too. That's going to work well for you. Okay, I'm going to take the left hand, grab hold of the right wrist and give it a gentle pull. Inviting in more breath. With your breath, your chi, your prana is your energy. Taking a practice like this where we're inviting in more space for the breath, it's got to give you more energy. And release, friends, release. Okay, and then rest in whatever place. Oh yeah, I love it. When he's like, I love it, it's, take your time, do what you gotta do. Yeah. Okay, let's take this blanket, you just hold it, lift your hips and bring it underneath the sacrum now. So now we have like the lowest bit of support we brought in yet. You're gonna walk the feet out a little bit side to side. We're gonna take the hands underneath the tush. And rock into your windshield wiper and massage. This part that gets so tight. Inviting in wellness, inviting in wellness. I was talking the other day about language and illness and wellness. You take out the I and put in me. That's cool. Okay, and then bring yourself to center. Okay, so we're going to stay on the blanket roll for a moment. You're going to plant your upper arms right beside you. And then lift your chest so the head presses down, lift your chest. See if you can walk your spine longer. The head has to come, once the shoulders come down, readjust your head. Feel like you've gotten a little longer. And then stretch your legs out. Whatever happens here with the blanket roll, maybe a little arch for a moment. You're going to bring the right knee in. Just rocking it in and out. Using this little blanket as a little lift. And then arms overhead, stretch that right leg out. Bring the left leg in, arms come over. Give it a little rock and roll. So the good massage for the intestines. Digestion, everything there. Good. Okay, I'm gonna hug both knees in. I've got this nice little lift, so don't need anything else. I'm just gonna come in a little tighter, drop your shoulders, drop your tongue. Maybe you want to rock a little bit. And you can also separate the knees apart. And you take a happy baby, and maybe the hands go behind the thighs. And, if your low back needs a little stretch, this could be it. Come out of this. Roll to your side or roll yourself up, however you feel. Take a moment. Yeah, oh, beautiful. We're going to Shavasana, so however, take your time, where you're going. I'm going to offer this. We did this the other day, the waterfall. I have this, you might want to re-roll your blanket. That's going to go behind the heart. And if that felt like it was too high, it was open it up and have the 2 rolls for your head and just that other one for your heart. That's the glory of this, is what do I need today? We started like that. What do I need today? Okay, I'm going to use the bolster underneath the knees, and then the heels will be on the floor, but you can just put another blanket. Lie down so my chest is supported. And the head is going to be lower than the heart, but that might not be good. Sometimes, we relax, we fall into rest with the chin below the forehead. See what feels okay. You're okay. I'm lengthening the back of the neck, so I feel like the chin is dropping in. But always, that's what's happening. Oh. Put a support for your head. Okay. And then if this is not going to be a comfortable Shavasana for you, you need to adjust to something else. And you're here for 7 minutes. A long time. But when you're lying there, feeling into something that doesn't feel right, it can be very long. Cultivating wellness. Cultivating this place of curiosity. Really connecting the mind and the body. linking it with the breath. And you may literally rest inside yourself with conscious awareness, with your youthful curiosity. Awesome. Notice your good eye space. Allowing space to open. Tension be free into your inner seeing and even knowing. Dropping into the deepest state of softening. Staying with your lost. Getting to awaken by deepening the breath. Continuing on. And slowly emerge. Doing that when you do come up to sitting, pause and consciously feel that energetic bubble that surrounds you all the time. Protective, loving, energetics of the unseen emanating off of you. You know it's true. You're attending with a joyful celebration, wedding, walk into the room, the energy is buoyant. You're ready, friends. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, joining your hands together, bowing your chin. And to all of this, seal this practice with one Om. Inhale. Om. Deep breath from within, breathe it into your hands, holding that breath, all that you are, all that you have, all that you need, just offering that to yourself. Have a good shavasana when your eyes are like half closed. You're like, just so much love. Thank you for playing and bringing your curiosity and your presence here. So much love, friends. We'll see you next Tuesday.